get us underway. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Utah's offense will start this game off. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So Arizona State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him, and if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access, because there's no doubt this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, and he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense and how they take the next step based on what he did last time.
Gonna take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. All kinds of room to the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, you usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And he made the extra point without problem. On the move from inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not... And here comes the punt team. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Gets it out quickly. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares.
There he goes. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They're going to run it. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Might be changing the route. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He'll take a shot. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
That's a nice play by the defense. You're trailing early in the game. They've got the ball on your side of the field, so you force the incompletion on 3rd down.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. LSU dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Each week in the
They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Final play of the quarter coming. Power football with the run. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. First play of the period, first down here. He's got it on the right. Breaks into the open. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
How nice is it as a quarterback if you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Finds the tight end. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals spill out ahead of them right now in play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
They'll move the wide receiver. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And the Sun Devils trying to cash it in on first and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? He can find the end zone. Now 60 career touchdown catches.
I mean, that is just silly that this guy is always finding ways to get in the end zone. Like, you know they want to take him away. He is the focal point. 60 touchdowns, you know they're going to throw it to him. Palmer keeps making plays.
And, David, throughout his career, we've seen defenses try everything to stop this guy. They've bracketed him, double coverage, man coverage, zone coverage. It doesn't matter. He's the ultimate weapon. 60 touchdown catches is so good.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the coverage team gets to return. The punt team makes its way onto the field. fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Let's see what he can do with it. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here's the handoff. Runs through the tackle. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Sun Devils with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22. Let's think a second about Arizona State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Now on 1st and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. Trying to barrel in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw again. The screen, and watch out. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice pitch and catch. This receiver and quarterback have done this thousands of times. Finds the open man, throws a strike. The receiver does the rest, gets into the end zone.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll bring him down to get the... That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Looking to throw on first down. He's got an open man. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after he got popped out.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll start this drive going to the air, and they can't make the connection. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He might want another play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Makes a catch at the 20. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Makes the catch. He got it out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Let's see if they punt it away. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And first down for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Going for it all. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The Sun Devils started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The quick out. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Arizona State.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. Scores on the sneak.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. And the Sun Devils headed quickly to the line.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Gives it on the option. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Finds his big tight end. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Allen. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll give it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop. And here comes the punt team. That leg is staying loose already, the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Sends it back in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Jumped on top of the pile.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards. The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the... They bring the punter onto the field now. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. From midfield, looking for room. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Working that left side now. Turning it on! They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4, they'll mark it at the 19.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final score for a notable game today in the American. Temple rolled to victory in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. Always fun to see 2 of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The punt team makes its way onto the field.
On to punt it away.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The give on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Sun Devils will hustle to the line.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. He's going to come up just a bit short. It'll bring up 4th down from the 43. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David.
And here comes the punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Trying to start the drive with a pass. The throw to the outside is complete. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. They're going to run it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Makes the grab. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Sun Devils will try to move the chains on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Nice move to pick up yardage. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Sun Devils kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's complete to the left.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. And the Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. It's complete to the right. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
The Sun Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. Making side adjustments here. To the air on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Arizona State.
After this, it'll be a wrap. He's looking to pass. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all 3 phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late in the season.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.